When Toyota replaced the legendary naturally aspirated V8 in the Tundra with a downsized twin-turbo V6, it was meant to mark a new era. More torque, better fuel efficiency, and modern performance without giving up the durability Toyota is famous for. Instead, the early years of the third-generation Tundra became associated with a phrase no. Toyota owner ever wants to hear main bearing failure. By the time the 2026 Toyota Tundra arrived, the pressure on Toyota was enormous. Loyal truck buyers, longtime funds fleet operators, and even rival engineers were watching closely. The question was no longer whether the new Tundra was powerful. It clearly was. The real question was far more serious. Did Toyota finally fix the main bearing problem in the twin-turbo engine? To answer that honestly, we need to look at what went wrong, what Toyota changed, and what engine experts are now seeing as the 2026 models accumulate real-world miles. Toyota built its reputation on engines that could run hundreds of thousands of miles with minimal drama. So when reports of bottom-end failures began surfacing in early twin-turbo Tundras, it sent shockwaves through the industry. Main bearings support the crankshaft and keep it perfectly aligned inside the block. When they failed, the results are catastrophic: loss of oil pressure, metal contamination, crankshaft damage, and often complete engine replacement. What alarmed engineers most was that some failures occurred under normal driving and towing conditions, not abuse. As one veteran powertrain engineer put it, when a modern engine with conservative boost levels loses main bearings early, it's almost never a single mistake. It's a system problem. Most experts agree the issue wasn't one flaw, but a convergence of modern design pressures. 1. Ultra-tight bearing clearances to reduce friction and improve efficiency. Modern engines run extremely tight tolerances. That leaves very little margin if oil pressure, viscosity, or temperature fluctuates. 2. Massive low RPM torque. The twin-turbo V6 produces peak torque almost instantly. That early torque load stresses the crankshaft and bearings before oil flow is fully stabilized, especially during towing. 3. Oil aeration and heat. Some teardown reports pointed to oil foaming under sustained load. Aerated oil can maintain pressure on paper while losing real protective ability at the bearing surface. 4. Manufacturing variability. When tolerances are this tight, even minor variations in bearing material or surface finish can have major consequences. Toyota never issued a dramatic public admission. Instead, they did what they usually do. They re-engineered the problem. By the Chimney, the 2026 Tundra entered production. Several key changes had been made: revised bearing materials, updated alloys and layered construction, improved fatigue, resistance, and tolerance to brief oil pressure dips, improved oil flow paths. Internal oil passages were revised to prioritize crankshaft lubrication under heavy load and rapid torque application. Updated engine calibration. Lower RPM torque delivery was subtly reshaped to reduce peak bearing stress without affecting real-world performance. Tighter assembly quality control. Clearance inspections and crank journal tolerances were tightened to reduce unit-to-unit variability. As 2026 Tundras begin accumulating mileage, early signs are encouraging. Veteran Toyota technicians report far fewer cases of early oil contamination, bottom-end noise, or abnormal wear patterns. Oil analysis from high-mileage trucks shows significantly lower metal content compared to early production models. Failures are never impossible, but the pattern of systemic weakness appears to be gone. No modern, high-output turbo engine is truly bulletproof. Proper maintenance still matters. Use the correct oil and don't extend intervals. Allow proper warm-up before heavy throttle or towing. Avoid sustained maxima loads and extreme heat when possible. But compared to the early third-gen trucks, the 2026 model is widely viewed as fundamentally stronger. So did Toyota finally fix the main bearing issue? Based on teardown data, engineering revisions, oil analysis, and early real-world experience, the answer appears to be yes. Not a patch, not a band-aid, a real mechanical correction. Is it as indestructible as the old 5.7-liter V8? No modern emissions-compliant turbo engine ever will be, but it delivers something the old V8 couldn't: massive torque, better efficiency, and cleaner emissions without sacrificing long-term durability. As one veteran engine builder summed it up, this is what a real fix looks like. You don't hear about it anymore because it's working. For buyers who walked away after hearing about bearing failures, the 2026 Toyota Tundra may finally be the comeback story the brand needed, and a return to the reliability legacy that made Toyota trucks famous.